was just like, when is summer gonna come? And then now I'm like, oh, I'm so happy, but then it's gonna be cold again next week. So.
Yep. She knows it. She knows it right. It was a summer-like day across the state, but this recent warm stretch, like you just heard, will be coming to an end. Thank you so much for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Annette Montgomery.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Let's get right over to meteorologist Sam Sampieri with all the latest on the forecast and those changes that she alluded to there. I feel like she just summed it up for us, Sam.
Oh, that's right. I hope everybody enjoyed this heat this week because all bets are off after today. Although we're going to have a gradual cool down tomorrow and into Saturday. But we got to 90 today. Winds and lax. First time 90 in 2026. Mid to upper 80s everywhere else in inland areas, down to 72 in Groton and London. Right now, we're in the 60s and 70s across the area. You could see that, of course, cooler along the shoreline. We're still mild and moderately muggy. We're watching some showers, and they keep falling apart by the time they get here this late night. So that certainly is good news. But up to the north, there have been clusters of showers and thunderstorms with severe weather going on in upstate New York. So for us, we are going to be dealing with just a couple of light showers for the most part. Now, could one or two become a heavier shower, maybe a thunderclap and lightning? Sure. So let's put it into motion. And you can see just a couple of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder in northwest Connecticut. And then here it is at 2 a.m. Overnight, just a couple of showers, and boy, this system has weakened in a big way. We'll wake up tomorrow morning, little damp conditions. Otherwise, looks like we're going to have sunshine for a while with some late afternoon showers with a reinforcing shot of cooler air. So again, high temperatures in the lower 70s. Yeah, and then the weekend, get ready for some changes. We're going to have temperatures dropping into the 60s and rainy on your Sunday. Coming up, I'll detail that weekend forecast. We'll talk about just how cold it will get into next week. Ladies?
Fox 61 has obtained the arrest warrant for the man accused of sexually assaulting a 4-year-old at Bright Path Daycare in Avon.
And this happened back in March. Since then, John Barrios Otero has been fired, arrested, and charged with 4th-degree sexual assault.
Fox 61's Stephen Reels went through that warrant, which gives us a new look at what happened.
We just wanted to start off the story with a trigger warning because some of the details in this arrest warrant was very graphic stuff. And police said that surveillance video shined a new light on the case. And they say the assault took place over the course of more than 45 minutes during nap time at the daycare. The video showed Barrios Otero lay next to the boy and move his hand underneath the boy's blanket for several minutes. Eventually, another teacher walked into the room and Barrios Otero tried to hide what had happened. But later, he continued to touch the boy and put a phone underneath the child's blanket. And eventually, the child began to roughhouse after he appeared to have been catatonic and not resistant for a little more than 20 minutes. The warrant says that the teacher had grabbed the child's face, kissed it, as well as the boy's hands and the upper body. This continued until other children began walking around the classroom. Police also spoke with a teacher who worked closely with Barrios Otero, and she said that prior to this, she had not noticed him being inappropriate at all. But she did tell police that apparently during Bright Path training, they were told it was okay to rub a child's back to help them fall asleep. However, that had to be on top of the blanket, not underneath it. In response to what happened, a lawsuit had been filed, and I actually had the chance to speak with one of the lawyers representing dozens of families of Bright Path kids. They say the details of the warrant line up with what they've heard about the daycare center.
I wish I could say it was surprising, but it was not. It's been a process that's been building. One of the issues is that what we are seeing is patterns of abuse going back years.
The fact that you are representing so many families, does that mean we could expect legal action from their part against Bright Path as a whole?
Very likely. We are still very much so in the beginning of stages of gathering information. There are multiple families contacting us literally hour by hour. So we want to put together more of a cohesive effort on our behalf. And it's fortunate that we do represent the vast majority of the families. So we're really going to be able to do that for the people.
And we have a full statement from the attorneys representing the families, Fox61.com. But right now, the lawyers tell us that they want to call on the daycare to release what they knew about the incident and any prior complaints. In the studio, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
East Haven police have arrested a man after a reckless driving incident that led to a ghost gun. Officers say 2 motorcyclists were driving recklessly on Frontage Road. When police approached them, 33-year-old Julian Rosario ran but was caught after a short chase. During a struggle, a loaded magazine fell and a ghost gun was found. Rosario faces multiple charges and is being held on $500,000 bond.
Hartford police arrested a man after they say he brought a firearm into Aetna's headquarters. Officers were called to Farmington Avenue around 10 a.m. this morning after reports of a suspicious person. Police say the man had an AR-style pistol in his backpack. Aetna security detained him before police arrived. 51-year-old Denray Wallington is charged with firearm and weapons offenses, and that investigation is still ongoing.
A tractor-trailer driver is dead after a fiery crash this morning in Vernon. State police say one tractor-trailer was parked on the shoulder of I-84 East when it was struck by another truck. The truck that caused the crash caught fire. The crash led to heavy traffic near exit 67 for much of the morning. Officials have not yet identified the driver who died. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. And firefighters in Avon responded to a two-car crash at West Avon Road and Hollister Drive. Crews arrived and quickly assisted everyone who was involved here. One person was taken to the hospital. Firefighters also cleared debris and fluid from the road before reopening the area to traffic.
Well, it's that time of year with the start of warmer weather when street takeovers are starting to pop up across our state. Take a look. Police say more than 100 dirt bikes and ATVs took over roads in Trumbull this past Sunday, disrupting traffic on Route 127, Old Town Road, and Main Street. During this incident, investigators say someone ran into and broke the side mirror of a police cruiser. Police confirm current state laws limit what officers can do to stop these takeovers.
What started as a small town experiment has expanded to a statewide trend. More speed cameras are coming to our state, and just about a year after the first one was installed. The latest round will be placed in Winchester after they recently got approved for 2 cameras.
Fox 61's Jamel Johnson shares more about how they'll affect driving through some of the state's small towns.
It all started in Washington, Connecticut as a way to curb speeding and help a small police department regulate a road that saw its fair share of accidents. Now, these speed cameras have spanned across the state, recording record profits for communities and proving to help keep streets safer. Now, they're making their way to Winchester, Connecticut. Winchester is now the 13th town or city to get approved for speed cameras in the state. Even after proven success in other communities, town manager Paul Harrington says the process of getting cameras on their roads was underway for a while.
We actually had cameras up for a period of time in town, and what we discovered is that almost 75% of our traffic was speeding. So with that information right then and there, we knew we had a problem. That process did take us about a year.
The Connecticut Department of Transportation approved 2 speed cameras, both situated on Route 44. One will be posted on Main Street and the other will sit further down on Norfolk Road.
Just getting out or coming into town seems to be an area that people like to maybe put their foot down a little bit heavier than they should because they're getting out of town.
India Altman goes to school at Northwestern Community College, taking Main Street every day.
Yeah, it's a little hard to get out of the library parking lot because people speed, and then they speed around the green as well.
Main Street itself is a 30 miles per hour zone, but in their test, cameras recorded people going much higher than that. These new cameras will have posted signage telling drivers a camera is coming up.
Maybe people, the numbers were a little bit skewed because they didn't know they were actually, going to be recorded on their speed. But I still think once the cameras are up, 2 things are going to happen. Either citations are going to be issued or behavior is going to be corrected.
Harrington believes the cameras will help a small town like Winchester enforce speeding laws without dedicating more officers to regulate speeding.
There's no replacement for a sworn officer, obviously, but one of the advantages of a speed camera is it works 365 days a year, 7 days a week. And when an officer pulls over a car, 20, 30 cars have probably driven by. This is getting everybody to get that corrected behavior.
Harrington says he's expecting the cameras to be placed within the next 90 days, and the money collected from the cameras will go either back towards speed regulation or town infrastructure. In Winchester, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
Take a look. A jet skier was rescued from the Naugatuck River last night. Emergency crews were called to Main Street in Derby around 8 p.m. First responders say the victim had to be pulled from the river using a complex rope rescue system after being found along a steep riverbank. The person was taken to Yale New Haven Trauma Center for treatment, including treatment after exposure to cold water. Well, even though it's a tough job market out there, some local companies are adding jobs, including Electric Boat.
They've recently had a successful job fair that brought in thousands more applicants than they expected. Fox 61's Tim Latow has a closer look at Electric Boat's lofty hiring goals.
Electric Boat plans to increase its workforce by more than 30% this year. Leaders say that expansion is enabled by extremely high international interest for its submarines.
We can't put submarines out fast enough.
The hot commodity along the coast is naval submarines. General Dynamics Electric Boat is the #1 supplier of submarines to the United States Navy as well as other allies. Electric Boat's Courtney Murphy says the need to bolster the nation's defense is also creating an economic boon along the shoreline.
Right now we have over 26,000 employees. Our goal this year is to hire 8,000 between our Connecticut and our Rhode Island sites.
Electric Boat has grown 50% in the last 5 years, and leaders expect it to grow another 50% in the next 5 to 10 years. Ground will break on a new warehouse in North Stonington next week. The manufacturer bought Crystal Mall in Waterford last October and just hosted a job fair there on Saturday.
We knew there was a lot of interest, but we definitely didn't expect about 2,000 people who showed up.
The job fair hit capacity. Murphy thinks people are tired of a slow employment process in the digital age.
People are tired of the electronic, I put my resume in, I don't know if anyone even looks at it, I get no feedback, and so being able to see someone face to face and have them look at a resume, help them find the right position, I think that's priceless these days.
400 people had pre-scheduled interviews at the job fair. The company needs to fill both trades jobs and corporate staff roles.
In-demand jobs for us are definitely in the trades, welders, machinists, electricians, every trade, we're looking for that. We also have planners, supply chain, engineers.
Electric Boat works with the Connecticut Department of Labor to recruit more employees, especially after mass layoffs at other local companies.
People recognize that we're a great employer. Our wages are very competitive. Our benefits are good, and it's a real stable career.
Electric Boat plans on holding more job fairs in the near future and continues to hold interview days at local high schools for graduating seniors. In Groton, Tim Latow, Fox 61.